A year later, and I'm still banned for speaking out about the media. My options: work a minimum wage job or my passion, and do what I believe is right to show why my media career has come to a halt. EJ Manuel's current reputation is just an example of the madness the media creates when its audience allows it to trash players unjustly for ratings. I added these press conference and interviews to put a nail in the media's coffin. What's most important is the film and their BS, but I wanted to show the Bills' side of the story through their answers.
We brought Matt Cassel back, all that kind of stuff. We said all along that we like, our three quarterbacks, which is obvious, okay? We do. For your depth chart purposes, Matt will be 2, EJ will be 3, but that means, as I've said from day one, we like all three of the guys, and we never wanted to lose anybody, obviously, and so that's why we made the decision we did. I know you guys are going to talk with the coordinators and all that stuff today, but I just wanted you guys to know that.
The fact that he provides veteran experience, how important did that play in your decision?
Well, what was important to me is the entire room. Those three guys, they work in concert with each other, and that's important, I think, in all those type of things. They push each other, yet they're there for each other. They watch tape together. It's really a unique deal, because sometimes when you get competition, especially three guys going, sometimes it's not always like that. But here it's kind of a unique deal, and you know what? We've said, as we mentioned, day one, we like all three, and we kept all three.
Are you disappointed over the depth chart that Rex will soft?
Yeah, sure. I think for me it's still important to continue to get better. I did what I was supposed to do, and that was have a good preseason and play well in the games. This is just what it is.
You probably wanted to, you wanted to be the starter, but in what ways has this process made you better and given you some optimism?
Oh, a lot of optimism. Just to battle back with adversity, with almost, sometimes seeming like all odds were against, what I had going on, but to come out and prevail and still play well and, still perform when the lights were on. I think that's what's most important.
EJ, what do you feel like you need to do at this point in order to get another opportunity to get started?
Just keep working and be ready for that opportunity. The league works in mysterious ways sometimes, and it's a business, so I know that opportunity is going to come. Just be ready for it.
Do you think you might need a change of scenery?
I don't know.
EJ, when you say that the league and it's a business, do you see maybe a trade or you would be in a better position than another team to be a starter?
I'm not sure. For right now, I'm in my current place. I'm still here with the Bills, and I want to be a part of this team. I want to help us win.
Would you like to see maybe something like that?
No, I'm good where I'm at right now with the Bills.
The big story today is Matt coming back, which a lot of us maybe didn't see happening. But was this a situation where maybe the coaching staff was a little bit uneasy with two really inexperienced guys going into the year, and you wanted the veteran guy back there?
I think the same thing holds true. We like all three guys. Tyrod's our starter. Really like things about Matt, really like things about EJ, and I think it's best interest of our team that we have three. I think we're very strong at that position, and really expect a lot out of all three of those guys, and really feel like they've all afforded themselves very well up till now. But I just think you can never have enough good quarterbacks.
What did you see from Matt to elevate him to number 2 ahead of EJ going into this game?
I think Matt. He'd probably be the best suited at this moment to be our backup quarterback, but got a lot of confidence in EJ as well. Two different styles of players at the position, but I think to function as a backup, it'll probably be it'll be Matt right now, and then we'll just see where that goes down the road. But we feel very good about Matt going in and at any point in time.
Rex, can you tell us what your input was on the Cassel-Trade and how, considering the way you handle the backup position, this doesn't diminish you at that backup quarterback?
Well, I think I know what you're saying about the depth of our position. Went from 3 to 2 guys that we feel really good about. But every decision goes in. You do what you think will be the best interest of your football team, and that's clearly what we did. And when you look at it, it's not a shot at Matt at all. Matt did a terrific job, but so did EJ. We have a clear, a clear number 1 quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, but EJ, in my opinion, did a tremendous job in the preseason and things, and really at this spot, this was more done for how we look at EJ Manuel than it was how we looked at Matt Cassel. Clearly we have appreciated Matt he did a fine job for us. But I think when you look at it, EJ's going to develop much more if he's the 2 than he would be the 3. And now that's just, at the end of the day, a lot of it, that's what it came down to.
It still doesn't make sense to me. I mean, your actions in the first 2 games, it was clear you thought EJ was inferior to Matt Cassel. How does it make you better?
Well,
Just
I
let him
think-
make EJ the backup. It doesn't make sense.
I don't think that.
Why wasn't EJ the backup the first 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, that was certainly a discussion at the time when we decided to go with Matt. It was certainly a discussion because I thought EJ played extremely well and things, but to say EJ is inferior, I don't. That's he's not inferior to any quarterback. So I think that's a really strong comment, but I don't think it's warranted.
Rex, to go back to the EJ Cassel thing, going into the New England game, how do you arrive at a decision to make Cassel the number 2 guy and not even have EJ active? How do you come to arrive at that thought?
Well, I don't think you're ever going to have 3 quarterbacks active. I mean, I don't think you ever go into a game with 3 quarterbacks being active. We did have 3 quarterbacks on our roster, but you're not going to go in with 3 guys being active. I've never done that in the 6-7 years I've been a coach.
I'm not making the choice of one over the other. I realize the inactive part. I'm just saying, deciding Matt to be a uniform, EJ not.
Well, I think sometimes it's those decisions were like I said, leaving training camp, there's some really hard decisions to make, and then as we got here in the season, it became clear that trying to develop a quarterback, obviously, you're going to, and it just goes without saying, maybe we should have known this earlier or something like this, but you're going to develop much more as a 2 than you would be in the 3, and that's just the truth of it, and so that's the. Like I say, that's a decision. We feel really good about EJ Manuel and how he's come along. That's why we made this move.
David Lee said that Matt Cassel was one of the best quarterbacks in the meeting room that he's ever been around. Said he's like Chad Pennington, calling other quarterbacks. What do you lose in the meeting room about Matt Cassel?
Well, we definitely lose a guy with NFL experience. I think that's, he had a great deal of experience. There's no question about that. But we have a lot of expertise, I think, especially when you look at our offensive side of the ball, obviously starting with Greg Roman as a coordinator, but Chris Palmer also as an offensive assistant. You have David Lee, in my opinion, is fundamentally as good as it gets as a quarterback coach. So I think we've got a lot of talented guys around him, and if we didn't think this was in the best interest of our team, this deal wouldn't have been done.
Rex, you mentioned Matt's experience. I mean, at any position, any player is one play away from going out to injury. If you were hypothetically to lose Tyrod, how much do you lose in terms of not being able to turn to that level of experience that Cassel brings to the table? Well, and still, as a team that intends to contend.
Well, yeah, we definitely plan on contending. There's no question, but I believe we can do that with EJ Manuel if the need arises as well. Where this deal wouldn't have been done.
Did Rex call you or you call us?
Well, nobody called me, I can tell you that much. We clearly were not shopping Matt. We were not. But then when it's with any player, whatever, somebody contacts you, then that's when the dialogue starts.
It's ultimately Doug Willie's decision, though, correct?
Decisions are made for the betterment of the team, and the organization is involved, and one man doesn't just all of a sudden make a decision. Does he have the final say over personnel moves and things like that? Yeah, that would be it, but it's not. He's not acting out as a rogue guy, as was reported on another case, I think.
A lot of teams.
Future draft might make you guys better now.
Well, it doesn't make you better now. I mean, I think that's.
You said it's for the betterment of the team.
Well, but I think it doesn't make you better by picking up a 5th round pick that you're not going to get for, whatever, a couple years, whatever. But so that part doesn't make you better. What makes you better as a team is having vision past the immediate, which is right now, the present, or whatever. How it makes you better today, maybe it doesn't. but maybe down the road and right down the road, it's going to help our football team because we feel that we have our quarterbacks of the present and the future in Tyrod Taylor and E.J. Manuel. So that's why the decision was made.
When in this process did you get pulled into the loop of the trade?
Well, when it became apparent that there was, some interest on Dallas's case, and that's how it worked. And basically it was, how I feel about E.J. Manuel, how we feel about E.J. Manuel was why a move like this would be made. It wasn't about that we felt bad about Matt Cassel. I want to make sure that we were clear on that. Matt did a tremendous job here, but as we went through the process, and you guys saw it just like I saw it, I think E.J. Manuel really raised his game. I think he did a tremendous job when given an opportunity. I thought he did extremely well. He's a big guy that's got physical gifts, and he's I think he's got a chance to be a good quarterback in this league. And with that being said, we feel really good about our starting quarterback in Tyrod Taylor. So this was something done about, this is going to be the best thing for our football team moving forward because we think that EJ is going to keep ascending. He has a better chance of doing that as the number 2 than the number 3 quarterback.
Now, you don't like the word inferior. Maybe that's too strong a word. It just means one guy's better than the other. But then what did EJ lack that made you believe in the first 2 weeks that Cassel was a better guy to be the backup against the Colts in the past?
Jerry, I don't think it was something that I don't think it was. Obviously at the time, it was more about, we really liked the 3 quarterbacks. You guys saw it. All 3 of the guys played extremely well, and that's still the case. We felt good about them. But I think when you look at the bigger picture about how, not just being narrow-minded for 1 week, but how this could affect us as a football team moving forward, I like having E.J. Manuel as the number 2 quarterback and not the number 3 quarterback because, number 1, he's going to get a lot more reps. He's way more involved in the game plan. And I think that's what I'm saying, that's what he needs more than anything else. He's got the physical tools. I think his techniques have improved greatly since David Lee's got here, working with him. I think he has the physical gifts that he's always had. But now it's about trying to get in the game plan specific things is what you really need now. And as a 2, you can say it as a 3, but you're not getting the reps, you're not getting anything close to the amount of work that you would as a 2. So in my opinion, I think he has a much better chance developing and have future success as being in the number 2 position than he does the 3. And that's really ultimately why it was, why this deal was done.
In your opinion, does this trade make your team better today?
Well, I think without question, in the future, it's going to make us better because I think it elevates EJ and I think it gives him an opportunity. Is it for 1 game? Would it make us better? Maybe not. But I think where we want to be, absolutely, as a team. I think EJ will get better being a 2 than he would be as a 3, and I think ultimately that helps our football team.
Did the Cowboys call about EJ at all, or just Matt?
What's that?
Did the Cowboys call about EJ at all, or just Matt?
Again, I wasn't privy to the conversation.
What do you lose in not having Matt as your number 2? What do you gain by having EJ in that spot instead of number 3?
Hypothetical. Really feel good about EJ in the number 2 role, and I think EJ is a guy with a lot of talent, a lot of ability, and a really good approach day in and day out. So I'm very pleased with our 2 guys.
What prevented EJ from being the number 2 for the first 2 weeks then?
I think stuff like that probably needs to stay in-house.
That's a wrap for the preseason in Cassel-Trade. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've had it with the exaggeration from the media. They either don't care who they trash, aren't educated enough, or just too lazy to watch the film. In my next montage, I will include the Bills' regular season press conferences to remind the public of what was said. I get that some of you fans became attached to these media members, but you deserve better, and there are better options out there. Currently, they're being held back for a number of reasons. If you want change, speak out on social media, boycott, and force their hands. And fight for equality.